Previously on Fears and Fortunes.
Eyeing you and Pepper, you see that there's two nobles sitting over here. And one of them's kind of tall, and if you make eye contact with him, he smiles.
Excuse myself from the table and go introduce myself.
Oh.
I'm Sly.
Sly.
Sizzle spell.
They actually get up from their chair, and as they do like sort of like a half bow, Alden Tybalt Meegish, pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. Do you have a nickname?
My friends call me Alden. Why would you be jealous?
Well, because I care about you.
Make a persuasion check.
I love you.
Oh! Make a persuasion check.
At advantage, right?
Me saying how I feel doesn't change the way things will be. Because regardless, when I see Sly, I heard her first heartbeats. That's my baby girl.
She takes your hand and she sort of like pulls on it. And as she does, she puts one foot onto like your knee guard and like lifts herself up to kiss you on the cheek.
I need to tell you something, Sly. I'm not going to be here forever, you know.
Is that something you want?
Every day.
Later that night, Sly, you're thinking over what Lucian said. What kind of existence do you think Lucian lives?
Lonely one.
Yeah.
I think a very humorless gray existence, like all the color's been sapped out of it.
You're thinking that to yourself. And you look down at your cards and you have that blank card. And for a moment, as you think about how lonely he must be and the life he's had to live, for a moment, an image of Lucian appears on this card.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I can't make, no. Then that would mean, oh no.
You walk in, you start taking off your headdress and your glasses. So we see the undisguised Fable. You feel something sharp hit your neck.
No.
It feels like a bug bite. You start to feel faint. You stumble down to the ground, dizzy, almost colliding into things. And then you see it, standing in your trailer in this long black attire with a black sort of wide brim hat and a black mask that's shaped sort of like a bird. And they lean down and they start moving your hair so they can see your ears.
No.
And they start like inspecting the areas where those were stitched on. Incredible.
I just got chills.
You have healed very nicely from the surgery. You might be my best work yet, I think.
And now, on Fears and Fortunes.
Worry in your mind, fear is how it starts. Unsure of what you'll find, it could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance, you break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance, and set free are the ghosts. Will the card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear, we face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes, the cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts. but a million ways to die.
And we are back. And
Ooh,
we don't start
I
here
hear you
with this
twice.
wonderful art. Oh, you hear me twice. Yep,
Oh.
one moment.
I
Here
hear
we go.
everyone twice.
Okay, that should be good. All right.
We're good.
So we
Beautiful.
start our show not here with this wonderful fan art, but we start
Aw.
instead here at the castle. There, somewhere inside, Aaren, you wake up. You wake up, and it's a beautiful morning. Sun's coming in through the window. And beside you, of course, is Pepper. She wakes up, eyes opening slowly. She smiles at you. What's going through your head when this happens?
I think it's kind of a surreal moment for him where he's just kind of taking it all in. It doesn't quite feel real that all of this is happening so quickly. But it's just taking a moment to appreciate the calm.
Okay. Yeah, she smiles at you as well and sort of takes this in. And for a moment, she almost thinks to ask if you still feel the same way, but she already knows the answer to that. Thank you for speaking up last night.
Of course, darling, I'm just sorry it took so long. I just kind of move her hair around her ear,
It was
But,
worth the wait, I think.
I hope so. Yeah, what do you want for breakfast? Do they serve breakfast in the castle? I don't know.
I have to imagine they do. Otherwise, there is, I'm sure, a very big kitchen we can go raid.
Exactly. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay. I'll make the pancakes if you make the eggs.
Fair enough.
You guys both make your way down from your bedroom down into the very lavish kitchen that this castle has. Yeah, it's a beautiful start to your day. Lights shining in through the window. Elsewhere, in a very different part of the castle, waking up all by themselves is Sly. You wake up. Sorry, didn't mean to fade the black there. You wake up and you hear a knocking at your door.
I bolt straight up. I put all of my cards deep into my pocket, double check them, and then open it.
Hello. Was hoping I could catch you this morning.
Good morning, Your Handsome Highness. But why are you trying to catch me? I am fast.
We
Just to
received
warn you.
something for you this morning. It's around like 10 a.m. So people have been up and about. I imagine you guys were up late based on your sparring. And, everyone had a late night. You see in the prince's hands is a letter that has been opened up. You see it had a wax seal, and that seal's been broken. You received mail.
That's for me.
Yes.
Oh, does it have my name on it?
Yes, it does. And he hands it to you. You do see it was labeled clearly on the outside.
Your Handsome Highness, I'm so sorry. I'm confused. Why did you open something that like literally has my name on it.
You don't find it odd that you received mail at the castle?
Definitely, but I also find it, no offense, Your Handsome Highness, my business?
Well, with all due respects, if someone's reaching out to you this soon, I was worried that it might be of national security. So, I took the liberty of opening it. I came here myself to apologize for that. It does seem that it's a rather friendly invitation, and you can see the letter. It looks like this. And I will go ahead and put this
it's
in the chat for
fancy.
you. Under handouts. Okay, where is it? Here we go. The letter, let's go ahead and zoom in on that. The letter reads, Lady Thistlespell. It was a magnificent pleasure to meet you yesterday at the carnival. So much so that I had to inquire with my contacts in the Crown Guard as to what such a delightful person was doing with His Royal Highness, Prince Edward Penadol. Imagine my surprise when I learned you have taken the mantle of the Seer. Goodness gracious, I was floored. You may or may not know this, but I knew well of the Seer in my youth. As such, I feel it beholden to offer you any knowledge, wisdom, or financial support I may provide to aid you. I would like to extend an invitation to Lord Severick Brewer's estate for a dinner tomorrow evening, so we may discuss what aid you are in need of and how I can best serve you. You are also welcome to bring one guest. Signed, with highest esteem, Lord Aiden Tybalt Migesh from the Brewer estate.
My goodness. Wow.
Seems you've
Wow.
made quite an impression on them.
Wow. Okay, I have to now choose who I'm going to bring with me. Can I ask you a question before I have a lot of thoughts and it's going to be really hard to sit here and talk to you. But can I ask you one thing, just really quick?
Yes, of course.
Why did he roast you in this letter to me? What did you do to him?
As a prince, I'm usually around an entirely different sort of crowd. People trying to suck up to me, people trying to leverage me for something. I think he was referring to you being a more down-to-earth person.
Huh. Well, unfortunately, it is points in his favor because you came here with my mail opened.
Yes,
But
well, fair
I
enough.
appreciate you coming to apologize. I, too, am a high proponent of asking for permission never and asking for apologies after. Or something like that. And she's gonna like roll it up and bop him on the shoulder and go, "Have a great day, Your Handsome Highness." And she's gonna run off.
He was actually about to dispel like some meaningful advice and connection, and you just off down the hall.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Una, what are you doing this morning?
I suppose if I am inside this nice mansion,
You would have been free to go wherever you want, whether you woke up early this morning, because you also only had 4 hours of meditation you had to do. So
right.
wherever you want to be.
Okay. I definitely was going to go back to Mr. Arthur.
Delightful.
Back there.
Okay.
And that is where you will find Una. And I would assume that you can find Una kind of like hands rested on the ground, kind of like sat down with their knees kind of like bent and sprawled, like kind of like sitting down, but kind of like looking like frustrated or kind of like useless in this regard. as they pick up where they left off and say, I have asked you so many times about these memoirs, and you won't share even one with me.
I'm sorry. Memoirs of what exactly? There's a lot going on, you know. Sly has me looking into quite a few things for the Seer.
Memoirs from your past. As I said, again,
My
I am
past.
trying to get to know you. I want to understand you, and you may be the most frustrating spirit I have met. And I've met spirits that shout fire from their skulls. So
That would be the Charred
That
Prince.
means
I
a
have
lot.
a volume on them. Then they get a book off the shelf.
I'm talking about you. Head drawn, just frustrated. What is it that I can do to learn more of who you were in your past? These memoirs that you've mentioned to me, I just
they're
want
in
to
here
learn more.
somewhere. To tell you the truth, I haven't been able to find them myself. But really, who needs everything you need to know about me is right here. Look at all these books. Why would you read about little old me? That said, Una, if you want to
Yes.
make your own investigation check to see if you can find anything about Arthur in this library.
my -1 investigation. Yes, we are gonna do this. We're gonna do this right, you guys. Here we go. We're gonna do a natural 20, getting
Here
us to
comes the nat
19.
20.
Starting now. Come on, Nat 20. Come on, Nat. All right, a 7.
A 7. A 7.
That's about as good. I think that's the best investigation roll that I've ever gotten, actually, in the campaign so far.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
A 7.
That's pretty good for me.
You go looking, and
Yeah. Yep.
let's see. What kind of thing? You're looking for stuff for Arthur, and you rolled a 7. Do you end up finding many books about locals here in the city? You find books on
No.
like
No.
library organization. Yeah, you're just tearing through
Wrong.
the place.
Not it. Everything that I find, I would like to have set it in a giant stack. And that giant stack, George, you're going to see, or Arthur is going to see, as if they're looking or if they're turning around or anything, you're going to see that Una has collectively put all of these books inside a giant water orb.
Are you destroying the book?
I would like to try and destroy the books.
Oh, okay. One moment. I just
Oh,
need
no.
to check one thing.
He's
Go ahead.
checking the stat block.
And I would like to, again, say something specifically while I'm doing this. You see that Una kind of like stands up, you know, as they've been sulking and they've been frustrated and they've reached their point and they're now past it. You see this kind of like ghostly appearance on them, kind of like if you would see it in like some sort of anime, like they're fully in shadow. It's giving reminiscent of Lucian. It's giving like eyes white, just like wide open and white. They're frustrated and they just say, I guess if you will not show me and I cannot find them, I will remove them one by one, or 10 by 10, or how many do I have here? It doesn't matter. If you will not help me, I will help myself.
You start stacking books as you're going through them, and then
Yep.
you are trying to destroy some by dousing them in water, pulling them into this water orb. As you do, you start to find the same volume again and again and again, pulling them from the shelf. You look at them, You throw them into the water. You keep pulling books. You find the same book over and over again. Not the same book, but the same books. Like everything you're searching for, you're just stuck in an endless loop. And I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
13.
13. You start to get the feeling like this place doesn't follow traditional laws of physics. And you start to get this feeling like you yourself are being played with. This sort of paranoia and confusion. You end up wandering the stacks, trying to find Arthur to give him a piece of your mind, but you don't find him anywhere. You start circling shelves over and over again, unable to find him, unable to find your way out. And that is where we're going to leave you for now, as you spiral into this massive library. Elsewhere, back at the castle, Lucian, what do you do over the night? Because you don't sleep, right?
I think Lucian does what he does every night, for the most part. Except for now, he probably does it in a room adjacent to where Sly stays, to make sure that he can hear if anything happens. And they're probably on a higher floor level, and so he like he does most nights, will sit on the balcony and watch the night. He will stare out at the city below and the forests beyond and up to the stars and the moon and the sky, and for the entirety of the night he is just still, unmoving, and he just watches and listens and waits.
You wait, and you wait, and as you do, your eyes start to feel heavy. You feel fatigued. Fatigued like you haven't in a very long time. And you go... What would a younger Lucian do to make themselves feel better if they start to feel tired or worn out?
Oh, definitely would get up, probably get some water, splash it on his face, and kind of like walk around a little bit, kind of shake it off, and just try to get the blood, flowing a little bit.
You start walking around, and as you do, you hear a crack in your leg. You feel a sting of pain. The pain is old, familiar. You felt pain before, but you look down, expecting maybe to see an arrow or something that struck you, but there's nothing. Your leg has one of the bones in your ankle just broke. Roll one of your hit dice.
One of my hit dice, huh? Interesting.
You got it?
I don't know if it rolled. I'll just roll it myself.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up my dice roll.
3.
3. Roll one more for me, because that's not gonna quite do it for what we need happening.
5.
5.
Plus 3.
You
So 11.
feel a crack in your ankle, You reach down to feel it, and you feel something pop in your back. And you feel that dark feeling of blood, that cold blood that leaks from you, leak down your back. You take 8 points of damage, and your maximum HP is reduced by 8. What does Lucian think in this moment?
I think he like hears that and then just kind of confused, and then like as he goes down and he hears that like kind of pop in his back, and he just kind of that tinge of pain, and he like reaches back and then he pulls and he looks at the blood in his hand and he's confused. What is this? And I think he like kind of like probably stumbles to the bed in this room, the bed that has never been slept in, that is completely neatly made. And I think he just kind of like stumbles into it a little bit, kind of sits down, resting his leg off of it, and just kind of like starts, I think, gets into himself and starts analyzing and trying to think back to any other moment that's been like this. But this is new. This is different. And I think just out of instinct, he's like looking around to make sure that there's not anyone else in the room that's affecting him or altering him or anything, which I assume as he kind of looks around, he's alone. There's no one here.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, that's my best stat. 7. Una, 7.
You rip up the room. You don't find any signs that you've been hexed or cursed. You don't find any evidence of anything that happened to you. Look around the castle. You're not sure what's happening. Where do you go next?
Probably to Sly.
Sly, where are you heading? You
I
had gotten
think,
this letter, right?
yeah. Unfortunately, Lucian can probably hear Sly like singing on the way to his room. She's gonna ask him to go with her to the dinner. So she's on the way to Lucian's room, and he probably swings open the door just as she's about to give it a big old knock.
Yeah, good. Come in. He like
Okay.
he glances out just to see if anyone's out in the hallway before he shuts the door. Does he see anybody?
No.
Okay, and then he shuts the door. Do you feel okay? Is there something happening? Are you all right?
Why? What's happening with you? You look three-dimensional still.
Sly, you see a perfectly made bed, but there's like black, dark red liquid that's been pressed into it.
You see like one distinct like bloody hand like just on the outside of it. And you probably see like a trail that leads to the exterior kind of like balcony.
What happened?
I need you to look at something.
Okay.
And you're gonna see him kind of take off his armor. And then he's gonna turn. He's just kind of lift the back of his shirt to where that popping was in his back. What? Do you see anything?
What do I see?
It looks like an old wound that's opened again.
Is there anything else like this on you? Is it just here, this spot?
Oh, my he kind of like holds his leg up, and you see like at the ankle it's just kind of shifted down a bit. Hence why I'm using the sword to walk. Is there a knife, an arrow? Is there anything?
No, it doesn't look like you've been attacked. It looks like you're coming undone.
What do you mean, coming undone?
It looks like old wounds. It's hard to explain. It doesn't look like fresh like it should. And she can probably see stuff like scar tissue and stuff around that's like,
Oh, there is. I mean, when he
Yeah.
pulls up his back, there is like scrapes and scars and like burning. Like there is. I mean, it is just insane the amount of damage that this body has on it.
yeah.
And he kind of like he hesitates for a second, and he kind of has this stare, and he thinks back, and he just kind of murmurs, "The Pirate King."
I'm sorry. What?
It was raids. There was a pirate king. They sent assassins, and one stuck me with a knife in my lower back when they thought I was sleeping. But that was years. Are you sure?
Can I do like a specific either medicine or arcana check to like just kind of double check what I am seeing so that I know that I'm answering with full confidence in this moment?
Sure.
I'll do medicine, I guess. Oh, well that's a nat 1, but I'm a halfling, so I'm doing that again. Yay, a nat 6. So a 9. So I'm not sure at all.
There's blood.
Yeah.
You
Blood.
try to touch the wound and more blood oozes out.
Oh, ugh. I'm not sure of anything because I've never seen anything like it, but I'm sure that there's nothing that like flew out of the window and stuck you in the back. There's nothing here. It's just wound.
This doesn't. He just kind of like turns and kind of like sits down, and kind of looks down at you. It's like, this doesn't happen. I don't. My wounds heal and seal. And then the next fight, a new wound can take its place. Have you done anything?
No, but something happened, and I'm really sorry I didn't tell you about it when it did.
What do you mean something happened? What happened?
After we sparred, I was just looking at the cards. I'm trying to get more familiar with them. And one of the cards that doesn't have anything in it, for just a second, it was really just a second, I saw you in it.
You saw me in a card.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to see you in a card. I can burn it and see if that helps.
I don't think burning the card will help. Blank card.
She'll take it out and kind of like show you, like hold it up to you and like this for just a second. I swear it was like almost like I imagined it. You were here in this card. But then it was gone again and it looks just like this.
When I look at the card, is it blank?
Yes.
I want you to try something because I need to show you the power of these cards.
Okay.
And he goes to like probably like one of the like lanterns that are lit in the room, and he takes it off and he opens it to where the open flame is. Try and burn the card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's a little concerned that he was gonna like stick his hand in there. So the fact that he didn't, she like snaps herself out of it and like she'll stick the card into the flame and kind of turn it both ways to see if it catches at all.
It doesn't catch, and the harder you press it towards the flame, you actually almost snuff the fire out. And there's not a scorch mark. The only thing on the card is like the residue of lantern oil that has condensated on the outside.
She cleans it kind of subconsciously and cleans it off of any oil, and then looks up at Lucian and goes, I really didn't do anything on purpose. I mean it.
I know. That's why I told you last night that you don't just hand these cards to anyone. You don't just give them out. The cards have power. You are learning that power. But someone could take them for their own means. And you should be careful. I don't know anything about a blank card. This is... well, frankly, a lot of this is uncharted for me.
There's only a couple people who know more. I should go check on that, and you should, I guess...
Who?
Well, the ghost Arthur for one, but more importantly, don't sigh like that. Come on, you know that breaks my spirit. And she holds up the long.
Arthur is a card. He was a tool used by your grandmother. Tool or not, friendly or not, story weaving teller or not. He was used. And anybody that's used does not like the feeling. He is not your friend. He's not your ally. And you should not just trust him blatantly.
I'm not trusting him. I'm also trying to tool him. Look at this. And she shows you the letter from that she just got. The invitation to learn more. And it kind of sounds like be sponsored by this person.
Do I know of the name and recognize it or have any familiarity to the Lord Tybalt Migesh?
Give me a history check.
Wrong one. 16.
You know that Lord Alden Tybalt Migesh is one of the nobles of the city. And at some point, like, you don't know how many years back, he went traveling, was the word, and his estate's been largely empty for a while. But you do recognize that you saw him last night. He was with another noble, and he was talking to Sly briefly.
Yeah. And do you plan to attend this?
Tomorrow night, I think.
And you want to go?
I do.
Who are you bringing with?
Well, before I was so rudely interrupted by your terrifying bodily functions, I was coming to ask you, but you're literally falling apart, Lucian.
I'll be okay. This is probably just some strange... I don't know. Maybe that something happened at the carnival last night. Look,
Are you sure you want to go? Because we're going to a very fancy place, and you don't like fancy places, and you'll probably even have to walk in arm with me. Can you stomach such a sight?
If it'll keep you safe, then yes.
Okay, well, you can't bleed on his floor. It's probably very expensive material.
He's rich enough to fix it.
Oh, that's true. Good point. See, this is why I was going to ask you.
You have to remember, everybody wants something. He may sponsor you, offer you gold and support, but that will come with a price. It always does. They're trying to control you. Everyone does it, even the fucking prince.
Even you?
There's only one thing I want from you, Sly. And that's to become the Seer. That's why every decision you make is your own. And I'm going to do my best to help you get there.
Okay,
Outside
now
of
you
that,
gotta
I don't
wear
want anything.
a very nice tie.
I don't own a tie.
And she's gonna run off to go look in whatever closet she can raid in this entire closet, like entire castle, and find a tie for Lucian. A black tie, because that's clearly the only thing he will accept.
Thank you. Insane to wear a red tie.
It'd be crazy.
I think as you like run off, he just kind of like, as he hands it back to you, you'd see like the edge of the letter has like the blood, the dried like kind of blood on it. Like as he hands it back to you, and as you run off, he just kind of like sits down and he thinks back to that wound and her news of the card, and he just kind of sits there and ponders and waits for her to return.
And Sly definitely runs off, very high-spirited looking, and she will sing as she skips off as well. But as soon as she's out of earshot, she kind of takes a long moment to kind of just lean against any column or pillar and just like, fuck, he's falling apart. Fuck, it's my fault. Like she starts to have a nervous breakdown pretty quickly after she gets far enough away from Lucian's super hearing mentor ears to actually process what she just witnessed happening to someone that she's gotten very rapidly close to.
Lucian, while you're sitting there waiting for her to return, give me an insight check.
One.
Nothing happens for no reason. Everything has a cause and effect. Change means something. And in the almost 100 years that you've been around, you never had this happen. It can only mean one thing. Your time is finite.
As he ponders that.
Yeah, go ahead.
As he ponders that, and he kind of stares out into the day. He just kind of looks down at his hand. A small smile creeps on his face.
You smile. And by all means, Lucian can take this news however you feel appropriate. But as the DM, what I'm going to tell you is the thoughts that enter your mind. And you could decide how Lucian reacts to them. She's not ready. You haven't prepared her yet. Her allies aren't ready. Of all the time that you had here, seemingly it's not going to be enough time. Even if the end is in sight, now suddenly you wanted it for so long, but now it's here and it's coming way too fast. Does Lucian give in to those thoughts? Or is he so desperate for a release?
The smile fades. And he kind of leans down and tries what he's done countless times to, much like a dislocated shoulder, tries to set back his leg, aligning the bones and holding them there for a bit. It doesn't take long usually for it to just mend.
you feel the flesh around your leg, and it feels dry. And in some spots, as you move your hand around, you can't feel anything. That's new. That numbness that comes from dead tissue, that's of all the times you've been injured. One thing was constant, and that's that you felt it. You've been beheaded once, and you felt that. You felt both ends of that. But suddenly there's a spot in your leg that's numb. You estimate that you might have 3 days.
He's just gonna yell out, knowing that there's guards up and down the hallways. Guard! As he's sitting there with his leg still broken and mangled.
A guard
Yes.
comes right away.
Get me Aaren.
Okay. And this is a very important question for you guys. How do you all meet up? Right now you have Una at the library, but do you guys have like a meeting place, or were you intending to meet at some point in like the kitchen
Well,
or the mess hall or
I,
something? Yeah, go ahead, Una.
If there's a way that Una is going to be stomping back into this castle looking for Sly, expect that wherever you guys decide. So
Fair enough.
wherever you guys want to meet up, that's next time you'll see Una.
I'd say definitely Aaren, once everything was done at the castle, was planning to meet with Una so they could go investigate the sword and try to translate more about the sword. So most of us are here, but I think the intended plan was definitely for Aaren to be like, all right, let's go meet up at with Una and grab everybody.
Is
And I
there a
think-
And
time or
Una
place
would-
that you all would have met, even if you're going to go off and do something separate?
I think probably would have arranged like to meet in like a meeting room or something, right? Like probably
Yeah.
after everything's all said and done. I mean, we have to get Fable from the Princess Chambers. She's probably in there.
Yeah.
I
it's
was gonna
true,
say,
yeah.
I just heard that breakfast is good at the castle. That's all.
And
All
Una
day,
was going
it's
to
all day
be
breakfast. That's amazing.
right.
I'm not gonna wake up early. I get there when I get there.
Una
Yeah. Give me one
Una
second.
would know to talk about the sword, or like want to go to learn more about the sword, and because of the meditation, all of this has been happening in the early hours of the morning. So, I would say that as soon as this conversation even could be finished, sometime
marching
around
back.
breakfast. Yes,
Yeah.
to wherever Sly is.
You were lost in the library, and your frustration in there, you came to a moment where you just sort of accepted that you were lost, and your thoughts became passive. And when that happened, you quickly found your way out. Just like the doors just opened for you.
Flavorfully, if I may.
Yeah.
Una was very frustrated, was about to, lay waste to this room as they wanted to. And then they started to speak in their native tongue, and they would recite this kind of lullaby that their family would sing to one another. And during that time, I would like to use ceremony and atonement to have my alignment come back to me almost in that regard.
Love that. you
And
sort of-
so at that
Yeah.
point, to your point,
Your atonement, and I would say that's really good that you did that, because you were at risk of going insane, getting a level of temporary, possibly even indefinite madness. But you recite this lullaby, and you remember a litany from the church, and you find your way out. And it's somewhere between the walk from Arthur's to the castle that your walk suddenly becomes a stomp as you get angry again of like, I can't believe I got lost. Like it's pulling back, right? But you make it back to the castle. You make it back, Aaren. You and Pepper are eating breakfast. Sly, you've dug through, you found a black tie, and you're racing downstairs. Lucian, you're in this sort of mess hall, obviously not there to eat, but there to meet up with everyone else. And as you guys are there, there's one problem. Fable's not there.
I assume she's fashionably late.
I mean, y'all gonna have to interrupt me. I'm here eating strawberries and
Yeah,
chats
no,
about-
I've got it.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm just
If I may.
chilling.
You hear stomp, 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 stomp. The door slams open. Una's head is kind of like bobbing, kind of like left to right, staring at the ceiling. They hop up on the counter, on the table. Stomp, stomp, stomp. They're going to jump over both of your meals, Aaren and Pepper's meals, to get to Sly. As they
Good
look
morning.
over to Sly, who I am on the table, I would assume that you're kind of close there to the table. They bend completely down to you, to your ear, and they say, "Where is the card for Arthur? I need it now. I think this is the only way."
The only
well-
way to what?
To figure him out, to know him. Because I just spent 3 hours destroying books in this incessant library, and they just kept appearing
Oh, no.
again and again
Wow.
and again. I couldn't dig far enough. My curiosity knows no bounds, but I found a bound, and I intend to break through it. So, do you have Arthur's card?
Yeah, but I can't give it to you.
Okay. That's okay. Can we take you to Arthur?
Sure, as long as we have everyone here. Where's Fable?
Well,
All
you
right,
have to hand it to
Fable's
them,
not
huh?
with
The kitchen is nice,
you?
right? You hear a voice moving through the castle and a loud thump, thump, thump behind it. And you see Olivia Bolshoi, the ringmaster. And with her looks a very distraught Gideon.
Oh no. Sly's gut just drops. She knows something's wrong. And she immediately stands up and goes, "What happened to Fable?"
Oh, there you are! Yes, Fable. We came here. We have problem. Fable not at carnival. I don't know where she went. But Arthur, not Arthur. Sorry, Gideon. And Gideon looks like he's been holding back tears.
All right, it's all right. Listen, did y'all go by Fable's place?
It was last night. I saw her wagon moving. I went to see where she was going or what the deal was, and has Fable told you all about the Birdman?
No.
Sorry, who?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. She wouldn't.
They're like a circus act.
What
No,
part of
no.
it is bird and what part of it is man? Like if you had to describe it.
Perhaps let him speak, huh? This is. I don't know the details, but they yeah, they've been through it, the two of them.
Through the Birdman, so.
When we were kids, we
His nose.
we were, when Fable and I were kids, we were taken. And this man, we call him the Birdman because he wore all black and he had like a mask like a bird. And he cut us. That's how Fable got her ears and her tail, and that's how I got this. And he gestures lightly to his nose. The Seer rescued us back then, and I hadn't seen the Birdman since. Until last night, I saw them. They were driving Fable's wagon. I should have done something, but I was
No.
I
It's
was too
okay.
afraid to act
It's
because
okay.
Una will come over and give him a hug. Their water warmly like wafting over to them. And I would like to also like kind of cast guidance on them. Tell us and be at peace. Your sister has friends who care, and we are here to help. So the faster that you tell us, the faster you will get your sister back.
what want me to tell you?
Where? In what direction? I'm sorry. Yes, Aaren would like to ask as well. You would like to ask?
Oh no, that was the first question I was about to ask. What direction did you see the wagon going?
They headed. They headed west towards the shore.
Okay.
When Fable and I were kids, we didn't have a home. So we would live in the slums. The nicer areas of town would chase urchins out, but the slums people didn't care. That's west of here, right?
Yeah, I know the slums. All right. We'll go take a look over there. And did you go inside of Fable's place?
No, Fable. We all stay in wagons behind the big tent, and her wagon. I saw it moving. I didn't. We usually don't take those anywhere, but hers was moving, and I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't do anything.
All right. Well, we'll go towards the street of where you last saw them, get the tracks, and we'll follow it into town. All right. Now you stay here, relay everything that you saw with some of the city guard here, and they'll put out a description, so they'll get some of the, the Crown's Guard looking out and being on the watch. All right, but we got this. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the ringmaster, owner. I forget their name of the carnival. Olivia. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Olivia and kind of pull them to the side a little bit. When you leave this place, you should probably not let him be alone. If she was taken, he might also be a target.
Yeah, of course. No, yes, I'll take care of him. It's all right. Do try to find Fable, though. I don't know the extent of what these kids were put through, but he is like daughter to me, you know?
Trust me. As he says this, he thinks back to years ago, lying there bleeding on the ground as a mother carries away a daughter, the same daughter with the same face as Fable. As he looks to Olivia, I'll find her.
Thank you.
While this is happening, can I... Gideon's tall. Oh, geez. Can I stand on the table at the closest end to not be eye level with him, be a little closer? I want to reach for his hand and give it a squeeze while Lucian is talking to Olivia and say, it was really brave of you to come here and tell us this. You really shouldn't blame yourself about not doing things. You did a lot. And I'm the seer. So I'm gonna see her. I'm gonna figure out where she's at. Don't worry about it. I've got this. No worries. You can trust me.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, you're lucky I didn't ask for deception.
Can I
based
help?
on the-
Can I also
It was the
help in that
expression.
regard?
Yes, you can have the help action.
Okay, advantage. Ooh.
Yeehaw. Oh, good, because that was a 5. There we go. A 21, baby.
Yeah.
He just... Fable looked out for me after we got out of there. The people in the city weren't kind to us. But she helped me find the circus, and she helped me develop my act so we had some place to stay. She stuck up for me, and I should have stuck up for her.
Gideon? It's normal to feel that way, I'm sure. I often feel like a screw-up myself.
Gideon puts their arms around you and starts crying. It is like you are entirely clamshelled based on the size of this man.
She's trying to pat at his back and shoulders, but can barely get her arms around him.
Yeah, it's
so it's just patting,
yeah.
and it's it's okay. You did great. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna find her. And
He
it's just
pulls
kind of
back and looks at you. Why would the Birdman be back?
Birdman left?
The Seer got rid of him.
What?
What?
Sorry, I mean, what is going on here? We have to get on the road immediately.
Yes,
You
you
storm
do.
out?
I agree.
Yes.
Let's go. Calmly now. Sky.
Yes, Aaren.
Show our...
Okay, yeah. So 2 things real quick. I think Aaron's gonna try to whisper over and be like, I'll see you later on tonight, Spice. All right. I love you. Okay, see you. And then we'll shimmy over to Una and be like, do you still have the sword?
Oh yeah, I've got it right here. As they just freaking
Whoa,
Throw it out.
whoa. Safety
Yeah.
first. Safety. What did I
Right
say?
there.
Never point your
Yes.
blade at something you're not trying
Right
to take
here.
out. All right.
Yes.
Get your finger off the hilt. Okay. So
Pepper
Oh.
looks at you
Oh.
before you head out with the blade and just says, I'm gonna look after these two. Don't be jealous.
no, no. Perfectly fine.
And she nods, both of you knowing you have a different part to play in this, and she goes and comforts Olivia and Gideon. You guys, you have the sword. You and Una have the sword. Where are you guys heading?
We are headed
Should we-
in
In the
Should we head
direction of the shores, to the west, through the
Should we-
slums.
So should we head there, or should we try to go to where the wagon left from and try to follow the tracks?
No, we can go
I mean,
to
if it's going
the
through a city, there's
slum.
no way. I don't think that
Yeah.
there's a way that we can. I mean, I think.
That's fair. None of us are rangers.
However,
And
I
I'm
do want to
done.
mention, as this might come up, George, on our way there, I do want to mention that I would assume that I have, coming from the ocean,
Yes.
have explored through this town to get to where the Seer's house was.
So the Seers, yes. So your path was originally you went up this river to get here to where the Seer's house is. So you know
Or was.
roughly where you are based on like that you knew where the city was on the coast. You're familiar with like this side of the city, the docks and everything. Over here,
That's-
you know that there's a massive wall that blocks off a big portion of the city. So, give me one moment.
I bring this up just purely because of like through my keen sense.
Yeah.
And knowing the direction of the last month and everything that's kind of around.
Yes.
If there is, with that knowledge in mind, if I can help them like navigate or like see if there's something out of place with that month of memory. That's
Like
what I
out
would
of
like
what do you
to-
mean out of place where? Like in the
kind
city?
of like as we're going towards the docks.
Yeah.
If there is something that I don't know either calls to me or that has changed about the city, like whether it's a layout or whatever, the Birdman, I don't know the powers that be, but more so like I would just try to be as perceptive as possible with
Okay.
changes that have happened in the last month.
You guys, so here's where the circus is on this side of town. The slums is this little nook that juts out. And that's basically between like the training grounds and the stables to the right of it. But this nook is the slums, and then the castle's up here.
Oh.
So you guys are kind of heading through up here. If you're heading to the slums, if you're heading to the circus,
Oh,
you'd be heading
west.
this
Okay.
way. So yeah, they went west.
No,
this
we'll go to
way.
the slums. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not a place that
So-
Una would have gone.
But Aaron would have.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Girl.
That-
So could Aaron make a history check to help guide? And
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
think of like the best ways to like, if I was trying to hide a massive wagon and move it around, where would I
Yeah.
go? In the
You
slums?
guys, you guys head there. We'll go ahead and make those checks soon. But first, two things. The first thing is that we will cut away to elsewhere.
Where else, George?
Elsewhere, somewhere. One moment. Elsewhere, Fable. You wake up. And you find yourself here. In a
What the?
small, confined room. Your hands are tied to this chair that you're in. Rather not tied, there's manacle actually holding your hands down. You go to move your feet. There's manacles on your feet holding them to the chair. Next to you, you see a covered up body. There's a bucket next to it filled with animal parts. And across from you, a headless creature stands shackled against the wall. And as you stare at it, it shackles, bangs against the wall. You look, there's lab equipment everywhere.
No.
This setting is all too familiar to you. I would like you to roll a wisdom save, but you can do that when we come back from break.
No!
We'll be back in just 10 minutes.
Dang it!
Stick around, and
Oh
we'll
my
be back
God.
to learn more about Fable's past.
Ah!
Take care.
Why is it standing?
Yeah, I think I'm.
round 2?
You know it. Oh,
I like we come back to you yelling, "Dessert round 2?"
Oh my god, we're back!
Yes, we're back.
there was no
Not
warning.
dessert for me. Sorry.
Unless
In
it's
character, I'm
wind.
fucked up.
What?
We open here. Fable. Give me that wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. 11?
You are sent back to yourself at an earlier point in your life, as right now you are instantly regressing back into those memories of that day it happened. And you hear the door of this room. There's no windows. There's a fireplace, a ladder strangely against the wall, a desk, and a single door. And you hear behind it something unlocking it. The door opens.
I want to pretend I'm closing my eyes. I'm pretending to be asleep. I think that's what you'd do as a little kid, would just like squeeze her eyes shut.
Roll a deception check as they walk over slowly to you.
12.
It's good.
Let's find out. Is it good enough?
He's got that mask on. It's hard to see.
No.
Let's see,
Please,
let's see.
no.
1 second. Pulling up my dice. Oh, yep. And I've just been informed that I have the wrong token. Give me 1 moment. Gonna fix that.
Where's his hat?
1 second. There's always one last thing I end up remembering or I end up forgetting. There we go.
But what'd he roll?
There we go. That's more like it.
That's creepier.
Yeah. Right? Thank you, the wonderful people at Forgotten Adventures, for customizing some of their tokens for us to make them better fit the mood.
Thank you so much.
And what about this map?
And this map, actually, that's a really good point. I do
You're
have to tell
welcome.
you about this map, because this map is actually a pre-release. This is a map that will be released to everybody that supports Forgotten Adventures, but it's not out yet. It'll be coming out very soon, so we got kind of first dibs on it.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yay!
Okay,
Now
let's see
the local bard today.
their insight check.
Cause trauma with one map.
Oh,
That's a
no!
6. They believe that you're asleep. They
Okay.
approach you and once again start looking at your stitching. You feel them touch your face and start moving their hand along your skin of the skin of your scalp behind the ear, feeling for where the stitching was, where the scars are going to be. Give me another deception. Actually, give me another wisdom saving throw as they put their hands on you again.
Can I tell you what I want? I'll do that, but can I tell you what I want to do if they get
Yes.
close enough? I'm trying to bite something. That's all I got. I'm trying to like bite a finger off if I can. But my wisdom save is 15 this time.
I would say that's plenty high enough to attempt to make a bite attack. I would say go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say athletics, but it's gonna be at advantage to try and bite them.
Okay.
You got this.
Oh, oops, that's one. Hold on, second one. 13.
13. And that's with your athletics bonus.
Yeah, it's a 1.
You lean down and you bite into their hand and you hear them as they pull back. You didn't break skin, you didn't hurt them. It's more you startled them. So you're all awake.
Unfortunately. I guess.
I'm very sorry to be meeting you again under these circumstances.
You created these circumstances.
Yes, but I just... You are the first one I have seen who's acclimated so well to the changes. You seem to have adapted. People accept you outside in the daylight.
I spit at him.
They wipe it from their face. They don't clean them. They don't clean their gloves or anything like that. This is going to hurt a bit, and I apologize. They grab a scalpel.
No.
And they
No,
go
no, no,
over
no,
to
no,
your
no.
arm.
No, no, no.
And they just cut it
I'm resisting.
slightly. You're bound to this chair.
Yeah.
You struggle against it, though. And they cut your arm just slightly. And you see them start pulling the fingers off their glove. And you see them expose to their hand. Very sort of bony, thin hand from all the delicate work they do with knives. And they reach down and they touch the blood from your arm. And you see them pull up the mask just a little bit. And they taste it. They walk around the room for a moment, taking this in.
You don't seem very sorry.
No, I suppose I don't, but then again, you don't seem grateful, so I suppose we are even in that regard.
Grateful? Grateful? I'm going to kill you.
Why such hostility? They turn back. You have no signs of infection. Your blood, you've acclimated well to the changes. I don't even think your body notices what has happened to it.
Is that what happened to the other kids? They're infected now? Or dead because of you?
They back away for a moment. I admit not all of them were as successful as you. And they peel this cloak, this blanket off the table. And you see a young man, maybe in his teens, his body stitched together with different pieces of flesh. Thank you very much for the raid, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
But his body lies there, stone dead. Some cases are more helpless than others. The body does not always take too kindly to the changes I make. But it has to be done.
To what end? Science for fun?
For the common good. It is my duty as a doctor to not cause harm. But
He was the common good. You killed him.
I did not kill him. He died. His body rejected the parts I have stitched on. Not everyone is as resilient as you, and that's why I found you so fascinating. To be fair, I did not come for you because I wasn't seeking you, was I? I was seeking the child you stole the bracelet from. But once I saw you, realized you were not them. I saw your changes. Well, I had to take a closer look. Me better getting to know you could help many, many patients down the line, don't you understand?
No, I don't.
Your body adapted well. More importantly than your body, your mind adapted well. You I said this before, but you are my greatest success, I think. Have you run into anyone else like you?
She just purses her lips and looks aside frustratedly.
You don't trust me. I suppose I understand. Society doesn't trust me much either. But they don't matter. It's the work that matters. And they go over and start experimenting more. Is there anything further you want to do before we switch scenes here for a moment?
Shout out to my emotional therapy cat who is here comforting me because she knows what's happening. I would like. I don't think I want to do it. If that's all he's doing to me is the scalpel blood thing or whatever, I think I'm gonna just play the like observation game for now. I guess what I would like to do is if I can, I probably can't do it while he's right here, but because it does have a verbal component, but I would like to cast detect thoughts to sense if there's anyone else within 30 feet of us, like if there's more people who are trapped or like if it's just me. But that also doesn't go through, what is it? It's blocked by a foot of stone or dirt or
Foot
wood.
of stone. You are surrounded by a foot of stone.
God. Okay, well then I guess I wanna.
I'm pretty sure that's a foot of stone. But go ahead. Are you casting detect thoughts though? I'm guessing you're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wants to see if she can tell if there's anyone else, or if she
You
just has to get
can
herself out.
Sense urges coming from the thing chained to the wall in front of you. Not thoughts, but just emotions and a sort of like a feeling of being lost. And then you sense from the Birdman something, their thoughts are intrigued. If I can replicate this, I might be able to help the others. And future patients will adapt well. I might even be able to go further with the surgery. Who knows how many lives we'll be able to save.
Okay. That's all.
Okay.
Nope. And yeah, I don't detect anything else. And nothing. This guy's definitely dead. I'm not detecting anything, right?
No,
the table.
that is a dead body. Oh, actually,
Okay.
there is one more thing you detect. You detect very faint thoughts. They seem a little bit scared, but everything's coming from this very foggy. You give me I would say insight or perception to see if you can spot where they are.
I'll do a little insight. 14.
You look up. I don't know why that. Oh, I know why that showed up twice. I gotta fix that.
Oh.
You look up
Yeah.
on this side of the room, and on the floor above you, there's the floor above you is wood, but past that you can feel two minds. They're scared, but they're so foggy. You think that if you've casted this spell many times before, based on your insight check, you think that they might be dreaming. That they're
Okay.
probably unconscious.
Okay.
And as you sit with that, we will come back to you a little bit later. We go to the rest of the party. You guys are heading into... one moment. You guys are heading into the city, into the slums, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have to ask a question, George.
Yes.
Is my leg still broken?
Yeah, you can. Well, when I said your like part of your ankle was broken.
Or ankle? I mean, I
yeah.
should say yes. But what I guess is does Lucian have it like wrapped and bound to where it's like holding together,
Yeah.
or is it like did it heal back?
Yeah, you probably had to get like several things of cloth and like stitch it together to bind your leg, but
Got it.
none of the stuff that's going to be happening to you until we get to like really extreme ends of it is going to impose a physical penalty on you.
Got it.
The only penalty you have is your max hit points have been reduced.
Yeah.
And then Una and I would like to make one final check on the sword.
Okay, what kind of check are you trying to make?
We're gonna try that good old fashioned Arcana. I think that good old fashioned Arcana.
Arkansas check.
And I think with these with their little bit
Help
of elvish,
action.
yeah, it's gonna give us the help action.
Little
here.
help.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
I am. Yeah. You just see Una kind of like holding the sword out to Aaren, and all the while they're talking to it, and they're just like hoping that it says what it needs to say. You know.
Me anthrop. Hold on, me cat man. Okay, hold on now. I'm a little rusty here. That's a 15.
15.
Did you get the help action? That was with advantage.
That was with advantage.
We need help.
I'm doing my best here.
You're not sure what this sword... I told you there was one aspect of the sword you don't know about. But through searching through its emotions and as it interacts with you, you don't get the feeling that you are in imminent danger. But beyond that, you don't know what this thing does. But you don't feel like, it's not like attuning to the sword will cause you to set on fire or something like that. Or it's not like attuning the sword, it's going to replace your personality and mind control you. Nothing like that. Whatever it does...
These are some crazy stuff. This is some crazy stuff you just came up with.
You can rule out.
You know, just happens to be so that this is not going to happen, I don't think.
Don't
But,
instantly die when you...
But I will say, then Aaren will say, I think we've kind of reached a bit of a block on our own of what we can figure out. We just have to take it.
A long block of steel we have.
Exactly.
We cannot connect to it the way that we should.
So we're just going to have to save up money to buy that scroll of identify like we were planning, or I'm just going to have to hit my Wizarding 101 books and try to figure out how to learn the identify spell. But in the meantime...
Or we could steal money.
I run a legitimate business. Like, if I got caught okay, besides the point.
Yes.
I'm
What
going
is beside the point?
Beside the point.
While Una and Aaren are bickering, Sly and Lucian, what is it you guys are trying to do as you move through the city streets? I'm assuming there's probably like 10 to 20 feet between you guys.
After hearing Gideon say that it was that they were kids when this happened and that now it's back, that kind of makes me think that that's a like modus operandi that we should be paying attention to. So I'm looking for any like slum kids that might be open to giving me information for some money or something. I want to talk to some kids and see if they've noticed anything.
Okay, yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh yeah, do I even see any kids?
This is like sort of just like looking
You're
around.
on their height you're on their height level. You should be.
I do not see any kids. I got an 8.
You see one person you think is a kid, and it turns out to be a full-grown adult who's just like they were like on their knees, like bundled under blankets, and they like get mad at you, like oh sorry, and you back away.
Yeah, I back up to Lucian and go, okay, well, if there are no kids in the slums, first of all, great news. Second of all, how do we find Fable?
Well, I think we start by looking for a cart I mean, there's not. Is there an exit out of the slums? Like, if they head this direction, or is it like walled in, and then they have to go to a different?
There is an exit, but it leads out to the road that leads to the Elven Forest.
Right.
And
Okay.
based on what you're told, you don't think the elves are taking in a Birdman in black leather.
Yeah.
Can Aaren make a history check?
Yeah, go for it.
Also, and he's gonna attune to the sword, but I think he's gonna try to look for like people he recognizes from his childhood who are like, you know, people in the neighborhood who are always pretty nosy and keep an eye on things that look out of sorts. Hey, that's a dirty 20.
You know, it's funny because, correct me
You
if I'm
needed that
wrong,
earlier.
but your backstory, you were a kid on the street once.
This easily could have been me, which I think is part of what has gotten Aaren even more focused, wanting to take the sword, wanting to lead the charge and step up. Because
So when Sly says there's no children in the slums, so good news, you know that the children in the slums don't generally stay out in the open. They usually have areas that they sort of make their own. And you find like a fence to like an alleyway, and you start tapping it with your foot, and you find that, yeah, the bottom of this fence, this is loose, and you can like swing it wide open. And there's an alleyway, and you do see that there's some kids back there probably sleeping, or one of them might be trying to read something or play with a toy or something like that. And I say toy very liberally here. It's probably some garbage that someone
Sticks and
threw away.
twine.
It's a can.
Hey, kiddos. Quick question.
They see. So you found the underside of this fence. Did you like climb over the fence? Is that what you're saying you did?
Oh,
Like,
you know
like
what?
this is a hole meant for children, and I'm fine if you want to climb the fence. That's well within your ability to do.
You know what? I'll make an acrobatics check to, you know, do some cool, impressive parkour.
Go for it. The DC is
Get in front
8.
of him. I got a +7, so that's an 18.
18. You just like reach down, and for a moment you're like, oh, just go through, and you're like, oh right, I'm like 7 feet tall, and you just grab the fence and just whoop, and just like toss yourself over. As you do, you land on the other side. These kids look up, and you don't think they've seen a dragonborn before, as they see standing this dark amethyst dragon looking down at them. Fear strikes them, almost
Howdy.
like you have a dragon's fear aura effect hits them.
Howdy. Nice to meet y'all. Aaren Dribblehog.
Ah! One of them screams and backs up.
Whoa. Calm down, all right? I'm an adventurer and I need your help. Okay? And I got 3 pieces of gold right here with your names on it.
Make a
if
persuasion
anybody
at
can help me
advantage.
out.
As you hold up these gold coins, that's going to keep you a far away.
Aaren, the map that we have to.
Una's like
Did you forget about
leaning over the fence.
the
I got a
gold?
12.
Yeah, I know. We'll make the money back.
What you need help from us? And the 3 of them all walk over. They see coin.
Yeah, well, listen, I grew up around here, so I know when things stick out that don't seem right around the neighborhood. Y'all ever seen, heard like a really big wagon rolling through here that shouldn't be in here?
There's wagons all the time. When you think about it,
Oh.
yeah, like wagons moving through this area, probably to the Elven city. You know, that's on the other
Now-
side of the gate. Probably common.
Now, this one's going to be a little bit more flashy, extravagant, coming straight from the circus. Dangly designs, all that sort of stuff.
One of them contemplates for a moment. I saw it.
Really?
It was this morning, like before the sun came up.
Okay. You remember around where you saw it?
Mm-hmm. And they point down the street, towards like one of the corners of this like walled off slums.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Listen, and I hand out a piece of parchment that has like my business information on it that
Kid
go along
takes
with the
it,
gold.
Like
Listen,
flips it upside down, looks at it sideways.
if you ever run into any trouble, just give them that card and have them reach out to me, all right? I appreciate y'all's help.
They nod their head. Do you give them gold?
Yeah, I give them 3 gold.
Okay, yeah. They take it and they're like they're already freaking out about what they're gonna spend it on.
And then I do a backflip.
they,
to look
they
even more
once
cool than the
again,
kids.
Like startled. As you start to walk away, you see one of them like pokes their head out from under the fence and like watches you leave. Like sort of just like, did that happen, right? As you guys head off, you start heading off in that direction. Okay, you guys are heading in that direction. Anyone else want to do anything?
I was with Una at the circus when they were buying some maps and things. I would like to, using Aaron's new information, like kind of cross-reference that with Una's maps to see if there's anything that looks different or would lead to enough space to hold someone or a wagon, like a big one or a flashy one, to see if, there's anything, like we can start narrowing down where to look.
The good news is you guys find the wagon, but there are buildings all around here, and all the buildings are sort of squat and small. They're not luxurious living spaces. So it could be any one of them. None of them are better to hold somebody in. But they had to have been, you find the wagon and it's like, if they're here, they can't be far. Walking around, you guys are stumbling through the alleyways. You see that above you there are clotheslines hanging every so many feet, people drying their clothes in the breeze. Some of the stuff has been up there for a while, like things that people put up on the line and didn't take down, and it's just like dirty, flapping in the breeze. As you're walking, you smell like this smell of like blood, and that alerts you, and then you see there's like a butcher stand with meat on it.
Like regular animal
Get your fresh
meat?
cuts here. And they have like several different cuts of meat on display. It looks like they're selling pork. Again, this being the slums, they didn't butcher this cow here. So this man transported this meat here and has it on display. You see there's like some buzzing of flies around. Like, it can't be helped. Definitely this meat you're going to want to salt and cook heavily.
Hey, partner. Quick question.
Oh, what can I do you for?
Hey, partner. Quick question.
Yeah, that's my
Walking
friend.
up,
They like to
just
repeat
repeating.
stuff. You seen anybody around here kind of wearing like a all black or something like that?
Looks like a cat. Oh, a bird.
The other guy.
Yeah, or a bird guy.
They think about it for a moment. In 1 second. Let's see.
I think we should show him the sword now. I think that
the people coming through.
Yeah, the like a funny looking like black suit.
Yeah.
I've seen them about.
Yeah.
They come through every once in a while. They usually like poking into alleys and stuff like that. I see them sometimes around kids.
Gotcha. I mean, he was driving that cart. Did you happen to see him this morning while you were setting up?
They think about it for a moment, and I'm just giving you guys these based on luck here. So let's see.
Yep.
Nah, can't say as I did.
Uh,
That looks like it belongs to the
clock.
circus, though. Have you checked there?
That's a good idea. I'll
Funny
give that
looking
a
guy
shot.
like that could fit in at the circus.
Appreciate you. And then, can I just try making an investigation check around the cart?
Yeah.
And just try to find traces of whether it's something that was on Fable or whether it's footprints or any sort of trace of persons who left.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Come on, Papa needs a big roll here. Hey, that's a 22.
You start looking around and you start poking into windows. And if this guy's seeing where the cart is, knowing that this guy's seen him, you've narrowed it down to, give me one moment, let me do a count. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 buildings. Now it's just a matter of poking your head in, ruling places out.
At
Okay.
that point, well, actually, do
Yeah.
you feel any sense of pull
Poe?
anywhere? Well,
Well, here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be narrowed down. It's got to be, if you're carrying a body too, assuming they're alone, they wouldn't want to drag it far. So it's got to be within one of these few buildings. So, Sky, could you open up a mental link? We split up, see which one.
This is taking too long. We have to get to Fable. And she's going to drink the potion of speed.
Okay.
At that same time, Una's gonna cast Detect Evil and Good.
That's what I'm also doing that, and I'm running from building to building with haste.
Oh my god!
To find out who's the
Sly's just already checked them all.
You are boom, 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 like banging on doors, looking in windows. You have haste on you right now.
Yes.
So just make sure you have that. You know what all the abilities of haste does. You, boom, boom, boom. As Una, you cast Detect Good and Evil, and you feel it spread out, but you don't get any pings other than Lucian. Lucian, once again, you feel him resonates with you as undead. But it's fainter than the last time you checked it before.
Oh god. Una will walk over to Lucian, put their hand on your shoulder. Well, actually, right before, it looks like they're gonna put their hand on your shoulder, and then they stop for a second. They're like, right. So, change is normal. Change is something that happens to all of us. And, I think, honestly, your heart's growing at a rapid rate because I think that the love that between Aaren and I have shown you from the circus, you remember the hug? I believe that we're starting to cure you. And that's okay. And this is good. And I'll look at everybody else and I'll say, Lucian is changing. And I don't know if that's good or not, but I just said it was going to be good. I'm hoping it's good. But he's like starting to feel like a little less Lucian, you know, like a little bit more, you know, dead more than dead. And that's something that we have to probably bring up to him. I don't think that he knows that.
We'll put out one fire at a time.
Elsewhere,
we could.
Fable, you're sitting there, and as the doctor is working and keeps poking in at you and examining, you hear like some banging outside, and you see the doctor look up, and with your detect thoughts, you hear them this one thought comes through, even on the surface level. The Seer. And you see them looking through, like just looking at a wall.
Can I? I don't know if I can do this with my manacles. Can I point, even if it's just like this? Like, can I point in that direction? Am I capable of that, or is it the other direction?
You see them looking like next to you. You try to point. Go ahead. Well, I'll say one of two things. I will say roll.
I'm very flexible.
Roll a d20 to see if you can just flat d20 to see if you get sly. I'm going to say that a 18, 19, or 20 will do it. Because you're talking about 360. Could be.
Yeah.
Well, you have a rough idea, but you got to be pointing at them, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh no, it's a 4.
4. So
I was gonna try and cast message to be like, I'm here.
There is a much easier solution, which is you don't have a gag on.
I know, but I can yell, but I was trying to see if I was able to
be stealthy.
Yeah. If not, then
this doesn't work. If you have other things you want to try to do, you can.
Sly, I'm in here. Sly, help!
I hear that.
You start screaming, and immediately they grab something from the table, lunge at you, and jab you in the neck. Give me a con saving throw.
No, not this again.
My aunt, unhand her.
The rest of you give me
That's
perception
a big
checks.
old number 5.
Give you what?
Perception checks.
Oh,
Easy.
no.
Easy. Oh, shit.
All the double dice. There's so many dice.
Dirty 20.
16.
Dirty
5.
20, 16. Okay.
My
dirty
save was a
20
5.
and 16. You both hear Sly. You hear this scream, and you know it's coming from this building. You guys are right here, by the way.
Which building? Sorry.
This one right here. From where
That's
you
the
guys
one I'm banging on.
What? No, you
Is
were
that the
like
one I'm banging on?
you were like one moment. You were like right here banging on this one, and
Okay.
whatever you did somehow, you don't know this, but from Fable's point of view, they saw that somehow the doctor noticed where you were and freaked out, and so they started screaming.
Gotcha.
So like from right here, you hear it behind you. You guys hear it from where you're standing. This building, from your guys' point of view, these stairs lead up to a front door. It looks like.
Is there a window?
There are windows. Yes, there are 2.
Okay. Are they on the first floor, or is it? It's just a first floor building, right?
From where you guys are standing, it's the first floor. What you're seeing. I'm gonna just let you know that right here, this building, these stairs lead down, and so there's a floor below the floor you're looking at that they're in. You don't know that though. That's just metagame knowledge. From what you guys see, there's a building and there's stairs that lead straight up. There's also stairs that go down right here that lead to the back of this building. So, up to you guys what you guys want to do. I will say, if you guys want, go ahead and roll initiative.
Gotcha. I say it's this way, and
Do I roll initiative, or
Yes.
do
Yes,
I
you
not?
do.
Because my con save.
Yeah, I put up my
Wow.
hood.
Roll
and
high,
I'm
baby
gonna
bird.
follow.
I
Roll
rolled
high.
2 again.
Okay. Aaren, what you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Sly.
Bad.
I got a 23.
Ooh. Fable.
7.
Okay. Una
12.
and Lucian.
4.
Got it.
Oh, come on. I'm manacled and I got higher than that.
Lucian goes to walk and you hear a cracking sound in his leg again.
That's literally what I was gonna do. I was literally gonna say that's why I'm so slow. I was like, hear a crack.
It's just like catching a cramp right before
Yeah,
running.
that's me every time I roll initiative in real life.
I'm 35.
Okay.
I gotta start stretching.
God, that's so young. Shut up.
Okay, and that's gonna be got it.
Thank you, Laz. Yeah, I have a broken ankle. Guys.
All right.
Jeez.
So, let's get
I have a broken
some
spirit.
music
Do
in
a
here.
backflip.
shut up, Aaron. you
Okay.
fit
Top of the
on-
round, Sly, what would you like to do? There's a door
like
right here. And actually here, I'm gonna just hide Fable. So that way you guys see what you're actually supposed to be seeing.
Yeah.
So there's a
Help!
door right here, and there's stairs that lead down.
I go straight to the front door, and if the door is locked, I pick the lock, or I try to pick the lock.
Okay, you run up to the door. The door would be locked. Go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools check.
Okay. 16.
Yes, that opens the door. You open it right away. Question for everybody. Is anyone heading down the stairs?
I am.
Lucian's heading down the stairs. Okay.
Just last initiative, so-
Aaren and Una, what about you guys?
I think I'll go through the front door and
Okay.
you try to take point with Sly heading through the top floor.
Okay. And Una?
Probably going with them, actually, yeah.
Okay.
with Sly
So just
and-
Lucian. All right. Give me one
Yeah,
moment. I
Yeah,
just
no,
gotta move
I'll
you
tell
guys.
them like I'll go around, make sure no one tries to run.
Okay. One moment.
Sounds good.
I just want to
Um,
hobble down the steps.
Okay.
Ow. Ow.
That's why.
Ow.
He just didn't want people to see you.
I got it.
That Peter Griffin Family Guy with his knee.
Okay. Coming back here. Okay. All right. Here you guys are. Yes. Sly, you rush up to the door. You are able to open it and get inside. It's dark inside, but you see that there are two more doors inside. Next to you is, I'm gonna add some light because I don't like how it looks with the dark. There we go. You see inside is a table with looks like someone ate here, some jars, and then two doors on either side.
I will use whatever movement I need to get to one door while shouting out loud, Aaren, open the other. And I'm going to swing that first door open. I'm looking
This one?
for no, the one in front of me.
The one in front of you. Okay.
Because I think as soon as like the lock is open, haste is still on. So she's like just continuing in a streamline.
You open this door, do you just go running?
No, I check to see if there's Fable or stairs or like
There are
anything.
stairs leading down.
Yeah, then I run straight down.
Okay, you run to the stairs. Got it. Is that your turn, or do you have more?
No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna
Okay.
use my bonus action to dash.
Got it. Ooh, boy. Okay.
Where does that put me?
Yep. One moment. Hide that and go back to this map. Over here.
Layers, maps.
Yeah. So that puts you right here.
It's got
whoop,
layers like an
come on.
ogre.
Show up. Whoop. There we go. That puts you right here. You end up down here. You see that there is a door in front of you, door right here, and then like a passage this way. You do not hear Fable.
I no longer hear Fable. Then I'd like to follow the feeling for the undead, since I cast Detect Evil and Good as well before after I drank the haze potion.
You do detect a faint feeling of undead this way, and you move towards this door.
Follow it.
Say what?
Is it locked?
You rush up to the door, and it is locked.
I would like to use... Actually, I know I'm still hasted, but I have to use that action to, like,
Well, yeah, because you used a dash
use
action.
an object.
Oh, no, you had cunning out.
I use a bonus action. Yeah, I use my bonus action to dash and get all the way down there. So I have another action, but it has to be, attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object as
Use an
Thieves'
object
Tools
as Thieves'
count?
Tools. Yeah.
We're getting to my girl. We are getting to
go
my
for it.
dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sly.
Just kidding. That's a 1, and I'm a halfling. Excuse me, I'm a halfling, Your Honor.
Oh,
Go on. Do halfling things.
Pop off.
Okay. That is a 13, and if that's not enough to break the lock, I'd like to push myself psionically
Okay.
to burn a psionic
Yeah,
die.
go for it.
Okay.
It is not enough.
Yeehaw. How dare this ghost have good locks?
Gets you every time.
You said you rolled a 13. You need to roll a 2 or higher. Easy.
I got a 19
You
total, yeah.
like start locking and it gets jammed and you just let out this burst and you just see the lock like parts burst out of both sides of the lock and you just swing the door open. And as you do, you step inside. I would say that's the end of your turn, but you see the doctor, this bird man holding this syringe. And you also see from here, you see Fable tied to the chair.
If I can flavor this at the end of my turn, I realized very quickly, like in my hasted kind of like uppers rush, I'm trying to open this lock. And normally when I use my psionic anything, it comes out purple, a very sly color. And I think she heard Fable screaming and knows very little about what happened to her and is this kind of like rage that feels familiar from the prison break fills her, and psionically green, like Seer's green, bursts.
I'm actually gonna say
lock.
no to that, and here's why. Well,
Ooh.
I can't tell you the why, but your psionics always purple.
Oh,
but
good.
As
Okay.
you do feel this rage in you, you see the deck in your hand, your other hand glow, and actually give me one moment because we should have the deck in your hand. There we go. You see the deck in your hand starts to glow green, and as it does, you know that card is at your disposal.
Yeah.
And
It feels like it's kind of calling to me.
yeah,
Very similar
feel
to the
that.
rage when I had to wisdom save.
and
yeah.
from there, we cut to Aaren. You were upstairs, activate.
Here.
You rushed in behind Fable. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 gets you there. Are
Okay,
you checking the other door?
So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cast jump on myself
Okay.
so that I can jump 30 feet into there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my action to dash so I can get an extra, so I'd have a total after I get in there, extra 50 feet of movement.
Okay, so you jump to here. Are you trying to go through this door or the other door?
Unfortunately, she told me to go to the other door, so
You
that's
swing this open and step inside. You see that there's a hatch here, and you see that there are 2 sleeping children. The children look like they have surgery markers, like their skin's been marked for where incisions are going to be made.
Gotcha. And then you said there's a hatch?
Yes, right here.
Okay, gotcha. Can I make a... Before well, I don't have any more movement, right?
No, you do. You only
Oh, I do.
moved like 15 feet. If you did the jump gave you 30, and is that on top of your?
Yeah, so the jump gives me 30, which gives me a remainder of 20 feet of normal movement, and then I'm taking a dash
Yeah.
action.
So
to
you
give me an
have
extra
you've
30.
only used 15 feet of normal movement. So now you
Okay.
have, I believe, 35 feet.
Perfect. And at first glance, the kids are still breathing?
Yes.
Okay. So then, yeah, I will keep going to the hatch then.
You go to the hatch. You can give me an athletics check if you'd want to try to kick it open.
Gotcha. I actually... Is it locked?
Yeah, it looks like there's like some mechanism meant to open this, and you do not know
Okay.
what that is. But you are a 7 foot tall, I'm assuming like 300-pound dragon man, and
That
this
is
is a
true.
wooden hatch.
Well, I will give it a go.
Just do a backflip on it.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
got a 12.
12. For you, like if it was Sly, 12's not gonna cut it. For you, you just start kicking this thing in, and you are able to open it.
Okay.
Sly. It's like little
yeah,
baby
you
feet
open that
stomping.
up, and that opens up below. You see that there's a ladder leading down. Is that your turn, or do you? I guess you could probably hop down if you want.
Oh, yeah. I want to spend all that movement that I can.
Okay, you jump down, bring you to the bottom floor. I'll say with the kicking open the hatch. One moment. With kicking open the hatch, that puts you here, and you're able to get like another 10 feet, putting you here.
Okay. So I can see everybody in the room, or is it okay?
Yeah, you see Sly, you see Fable, you see this creature. It's like a headless body covered in manacles, and it looks like parts of its body have been modified with wolf parts.
As I drop down, I just see Fable and I go, "Sorry we're late. Breakfast ran a little crazy." And that'll end my turn.
Gotta love it.
She's knocked out, right?
Yes.
We haven't gotten to my turn yet, but I believe so with a 5 Constitution save.
Last thing you hear.
God damn it.
God damn it, and then
bring me
blackout.
croissants.
Give me
Dad.
one moment.
Embarrassing me in front of my kidnapper.
In front of my kidnapper. That's too good. One
I
moment.
told you not to go out without Ricky last night. He was up to no good.
There we go. Okay. One moment here, guys. I'm almost done. Okay. I'm gonna turn this off so we can just see inside now. Okay, great. Okay. 1 second. I need to. So on the doctor's turn, which is now, the doctor does 2 things. The first thing they do is they move and they go ahead and release these manacles. And then the next thing they do is grab something from the table behind them and throw it onto the ground. This flask busts open and smoke quickly starts filling the room. And give me one moment while I turn on that smoke.
Turn on the fog machine. Let's go.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's gonna be
For atmosphere.
Sly's green cards are like cascading in the shadows.
I'm sleeping in the corner.
Yeah.
There we go. Smoke fills the room. So you have all of you would have your vision essentially impaired. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and disadvantage on saving throws against effects you can see. With that happening, they do that, and then they are going to rush and attempt to pass by both of you. You can make attacks at disadvantage if you'd like.
I'd be more than happy to.
Hit him! Fucking hit him!
Oh, you said disadvantage?
Mm-hmm. Disadvantage.
There's a 15 hit.
15. You do hit. Roll damage.
Where do you think you're going? Yeah. That's a max for 11.
Okay, you cut them and they stagger. 1 moment while I mark that. Got it. They stagger. You see blood is on your blade as the room fills with smoke, but you hear this thing up against the wall start to scream, and that brings us to Una. Una, you are upstairs again. Yeah.
Sorry. I also got to make an attack of opportunity, right, at disadvantage.
Yes. What you get?
It's a 17.
17. That also hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my girl.
Una, what would you like to do?
Well, would I be able to start at the door, or am I starting like how many feet
You're
back
starting
or whatever?
here, so that would be 5, 10, 15, 20 gets you in the door.
Oh God. Okay. Do I hear this happening? The screams and gashes and
you hear the slash of two. You hear the slash of 2 weapons. You know something's happening below you.
Okay, something's happening below.
Sly,
me.
what was the damage?
Question first. Do I get sneak attack on that because Aaren is attacking him in the melee?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. Then a total of 15.
Yes, because Aaron's there. Fuck. Yeah, 15. Yep. I was gonna say because you have disadvantage, but no, I think that would be.
Just
so
like
you said
practice.
15 total.
Yeah, 15 total. Sorry.
Got it. Okay.
Don't be so sad. George.
You guys make those 2 attacks. Una, what would you like to do?
How far am I from the ladder?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20 feet from the ladder.
Do I see smoke rising from it?
You do see smoke rising from it.
Great. I would like to get as close as I can, I guess.
So 20 feet, that gets you here. So you are within 10 feet of the hatch.
10 feet of the hatch. I see that the hatch is broken. I see that, like, do I see that it has been, like, mauled by a
You
maybe
see
a
the hatch is
dragonborn?
broken, and you see that there's a ladder leading down.
Okay, great. At that point, I have faith. Steel myself in my resolve. And say, I kind of am going to hold my ground, and I'm also going to cast, let's see. I would like to cast Thunderclap on the ladder.
Thunderclap. Are you trying to break the ladder?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage for me. It doesn't get to make a save.
Great. I'll just go ahead and give it max damage. So I'll do 12 using my not channel divinity, harness divine power.
Harness divine power. So the crack goes out, and it's like you guys hear what essentially is thunder, and for a moment you swear you almost see a flash as this ladder breaks from the wall and pieces of it fall down. Is that your turn, Una?
As a bonus action, I'm going to... Oh, I'm sorry. Harnessing divine power is my bonus action. Yep.
Okay, got it. That brings us back downstairs. This creature up against the wall.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. It's not harness divine power. It is my channel divinity destructive wrath. So I'm using my channel divinity here.
Got it. No problem.
Thank you. Sorry.
This flesh golem moves from the wall and is going to lunge towards the two of you. I'm just gonna roll Sly, odds or even?
Rude odds.
Odds?
Chat, I just want to make a point that the manacled flesh golem with no head goes before me. I just throw that
the
out.
flesh golem
Me too,
runs
buddy. Me too.
Straight up
you too. Yeah, okay.
straight up to Aaren, and we'll go ahead and attack.
Howdy.
That is going to be...
You go before me and you're asleep.
Listen.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, one moment. Okay. Sorry. Taking me too long. Okay, that does 20 damage to you. Let me bring the dice thing back on screen.
Ooh, 20. Oh my god.
There we go. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, that does 20 damage to you. That is its first attack. It's gonna go ahead and make another one of those. Disadvantage. That is a 13 to hit you. I believe does not hit.
No, my armor class is now 17.
Yeah, they swing and you just feel their fist and claws attacking you. Okay, that is their turn. That brings us to next up is Fable. Give me a con saving throw.
I already did it earlier. Is this another one or is this that one?
This is a new one. You are currently slipping into unconscious, but a lot's happening. So the question is, can you sort of like power through it?
15?
15. You start to feel sharp and alert. You have your turn before you're still struggling against blacking out, but you're essentially the adrenaline of all this happening is keeping you going. You start to struggle. Two things I need to warn you about. One, you are still bound to this chair. Two, this smoke is not breathable. In enough time, you will start to suffocate. So, what would you like to do on your turn?
I didn't know that about the smoke. I think that Fable is probably not thinking. She's probably thinking, "Stop this man," referring to the bird man at all costs, even at the expense of her own safety. So I am going to cast Command.
Okay.
And since that's one of the few things I can do without moving my hands too much, and I am going. Let me see. If I use it at second level, I can do it on 2. I'll do second level to see if I can do it. Wait. Yeah, second level to see if I can get both of them. And I will say grovel.
Grovel. Is a wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yes, for
What's
both.
the save?
14.
They have a +6.
Both of them?
They rolled a nat 1.
Get down!
Fucking believable. You see them
That's the power of
get
friendship,
down
bitch!
to their knees. The other one does not have ears, so they do not make their saving throw. They don't
That
have
makes
to
sense.
make the saving throw, is what I mean.
Right. That makes sense.
But the bone collector gets down on their knees. Please, stop. Not again. Please, I have to do this. And that brings us to Lucian's turn. Lucian, you are outside. You are right here. What would you like to do?
Hobble baby, hobble baby, hobble baby.
Are you just full dash?
May I recommend giving inspiration to?
Are you just full dashing?
Yeah, I mean, because there's
He's full
there's a-
hobbling.
Yeah, I'm a hobble wobble my way
Okay.
that way. And yeah, I think so. I mean, I probably would stop like at the stairs because I hear like the fighting, but then thinking that, it's probably muffled and like I just want to cover like another avenue. So
Yeah.
we probably would continue down just to make sure that there's no like back entrance or something.
Yep. And you get down here, you do see that there is a back door. And you actually see, I would say you probably get here and you can see inside, you see a room. You don't see Sly from where you're at because the walls are in the way, and the door is shut, but you see smoke billowing under that door. And whatever's happening in here, this place is filling up with smoke fast.
That's not good.
Which is, it's interesting is you don't need to breathe. So that's not a problem for you. That brings us top of the round to Sly.
Oh boy, what a lucky halfling I am. So I was going to go free Fable, but now that the bone collector is looking weak, when I attacked him, did it seem like the other ghosts that I have tried to attack?
No. When you cut them, you felt flesh.
Yeah.
You felt wet, warm blood of
Yeah.
a living person.
I see him groveling, and I think you see one of her psionic blades like flicker into existence and just kind of form in her hand. And she's going to attempt to just kill him.
Okay.
That's my girl.
You lunge
which she's
forward.
never done before.
Go ahead, make a attack roll.
Okay.
At advantage, because they're prone.
Okay. And they're still right in front of Aaren, so this would be sneak attack?
Actually,
again?
this would be a flat roll. And I would say no, it's not sneak attack. This is a flat
Okay.
roll because you are also impaired by the smoke. So it's sort
That's
of
fair.
balances
Oh,
out.
yeah, for sure. So that's a 17 to hit.
17 still hits. Roll damage. Not sneak attack, but still, yeah.
Total of 8 damage, and since
Okay.
I'm still under haste, I'm going to attack him again.
Go for it.
That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
That's another 6 damage.
They will, what was the last damage you did?
Before the 6, I think I did 8.
8. They will
Yeah.
uncanny dodge that, so they would have this turn they would only take 4. And so you cut them once, then you go to cut them again, and they move slightly out of the way. The cut doesn't hit as deep.
As my bonus action, I stab them again with my bonus action psionic blade.
Jesus. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
If I had energy, I'd be clapping, but I'm passing out.
I don't think that one's gonna hit him. That's a 12.
Give me one moment. Let me double check. 12 does not hit. No.
Okay.
You go to stab them, and they grab your hand. Please. I don't deserve this. And with that brings us to Aaron's turn.
All right. Let's see here.
Can I? Sorry,
Yeah.
I haven't used the rest of my movement. Can I move over to Fable to be in position to get her out if need be, or is he holding on to me?
No, you're free to move. Fable,
Okay.
can you? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, they use their reaction to uncanny dodge, so they can't. They were going to try to attack you, and they couldn't. So
Great.
you rush over to Fable.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, that brings us to Aaren.
All right. Well, let's see here. I am going to use my bonus action to heal myself.
Okay.
Using a second wind, but I'll roll that in a second. I'm just going to go in and do a flurry of attacks.
Go for it.
On this monstrosity next to me. That's oh wait, hold on. I have to roll that at disadvantage actually. So the first roll was at 18. It'd be at 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That does hit.
Gotcha. So that's 8 points of damage on the first attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make my second attack. Disadvantage. There we go. Oh, that would have been a natural 20. Instead, that's a 12.
That hits.
Oh, all right.
And while that's happening, oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Is that
What were you gonna say? Una?
does that so the 12 hits?
12 hits, yes.
Flesh golem, not the main guy, which is what Sly was attacking
Oh.
before.
Yeah.
The guy without a head.
Yeah, you
he's
can
just
stab
kinda-
his meat carcass.
He can't dodge very good.
So it's going to be an extra 8 points of damage.
Okay.
He's moving better than Lucian.
And then I am going to action surge.
Okay.
And make one more attack.
You said 8 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Go for it.
A weeping widow.
I didn't mean to do that. Why did I do that?
I was like, what's happening? What have I done?
Immediately, I was like, "Oh, that kind of
All right.
foggy smoke."
Guys, we don't have too much time. Get back on track. You're making your other attacks.
Oh, that's a
hits?
natural 1.
Guys, hurry up
that's a
and kill
natural
him.
1. That does not hit.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, got it. You swing again. This time, as you swing, you opened yourself up. The doctor down here will. They are going to leap up, and this is their home turf, so they will leap up. Now that, because they're how long does grovel last? Until they take damage, or it's just one turn, right? I believe it's one turn.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, yeah, I think on their turn they're supposed to grovel, technically.
Yeah, let me
speaking.
just double check something, because they also took damage and everything.
It's just they have it's grovel. The target has the prone condition, and then it ends its turn. So that's all it can do on its turn is grovel.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know if that just means they're not groveling yet.
Then yeah, they're groveling right now. That's their turn. That brings us next to Una.
Una yells out and says, "If you can hear me, hold on. I sense a strong wind coming." They're gonna do gust of wind. They're gonna cast a gust of wind.
Do you want to go
As
downstairs
they
to
get
do
closer. No. I'm going to be looking up, or I'm going to be looking down in the hole.
that? Oh, and you're
And I'm
doing
going
a
to
strong
push-
gust of wind.
Yes,
Got it.
in that direction, directly down.
Okay, you start to move the smoke away, and you actually see that this doctor is bleeding. This birdman is bleeding at the bottom of this ladder as you blow the smoke away.
I'm not really sure how the like strength saving throw is going to work for people, but it's just I don't think that they necessarily need to. I'm mainly doing it to like kind of push the smoke.
No, there's
away
no.
from them.
I'm just. It's moving the smoke.
Okay, great. Awesome.
That brings us to the flesh golem. Flesh golem will go ahead and keep attacking Aaren. That's gonna be. Actually, you know what? Do me a favor. Roll a d20, Sky, to see how strong that this gust is. Does it open up Aaren to attacks without disadvantage, or does it only affect the doctor?
We have a redeem of a give a player advantage in chat by Laz. If you want to choose what player.
12.
I got a 12.
I'm gonna say that doesn't quite do it. Aaren would still be in the smoke, but that means these attacks have disadvantage, which might be for the best. All right, let's see.
Wait, but I have a question.
Yeah.
The line of strong wind is 60 feet long by 10 feet wide.
You're moving an entire room full of smoke. You're moving smoke into more smoke. So if this is happening, it's just going to take more than one turn. Not your turn of actions, but it's going to take time for the smoke to all move out of this room. So it is moving. Okay. You don't have to like keep doing it every turn.
I see.
Yeah. So it's blowing out of it because you're also blowing down, so it's just not hitting as effectively.
So the gust disperses gas or vapor. That's just gonna take time.
It if you that's it says that on the spell.
It says it. Yeah.
Okay.
The gust disperses
where would you like
gas.
the smoke to be moved to?
I mean, you said that it was going to be like, it was going underneath the front door, right? So wherever it can escape in that regard, because the gas would be.
Do you think
pushing
this makes
out that
sense?
way? Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
You blow the smoke out that way.
Lucian.
Lucian, you're like looking in.
Yeah, Lucian, you're definitely gonna be in there, but
you're just like standing there, smoke hitting you. I'll even say the window in front of you blows out and just like it doesn't matter. You don't take any damage, but okay, that means that the flesh golem attacks just normal. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Ooh, let's see here. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, and that's gonna be that's gonna be 10 bludgeoning damage.
Yee doggy.
And it will make another one of those. That is a 26 to hit.
Can't cast shield on those.
And that's gonna be 11 damage. And that's its turn. That brings us to Fable. You can see the whole room now.
Do am I done rolling Constitution saves?
You make a con save to stay awake, but the DC is pretty low on this because of everything that's happening.
10.
You're fine. What would you like to do?
Wait. Shouldn't he not have been able to? Oh no, because I couldn't command him. Never mind. Never.
Yeah. The flesh golem. No.
I don't think that will work on him either because he doesn't have a head.
After you is Lucian and then Sly.
Am I so restrained? Like, do I have manacles that I can move it all, or am I like basically chained to the chair? I'm basically asking if I can do a somatic element to a spell or not.
What's the spell?
Spray of cards. So it'd probably be like a whoosh.
You trying to spray what? The flesh golem?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Because I don't think I can. I don't really know about lockpicking. I'm assuming and Sly's right here, so I'm not gonna try. I'll like flick my left hand out towards the golem and use my last level 2 spell slot for spray of cards. It is a dex save.
Okay. I'm going to say it has advantage on this because you are limited in how you can cast it. But it doesn't have very good dexterity. So what's the saving throw it's got to make? What's the DC?
14.
14. That is a natural 20, unfortunately.
Okay.
But also, as the things hit, are you trying to blind them?
Well, I guess I was just trying to do
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
But they'll still take half damage.
Yes, it does.
So that would be a little 20 damage. Fuck you.
So wait, 20 damage. So it would take 10.
I got 2 10s. Yeah.
It takes 10. But hey, that's 10 damage.
I rolled 2 10s.
That's 10 damage from being shackled to a chair. That's not bad.
That's my sentiment. I'll send some razor cards at him.
Lucian, you are outside, smoke's billowing in your face. What would you like to do?
You said there was a door right there?
Yep.
Yeah,
5,
can
10, 15, 20 feet gets you there.
I try and pry it open?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay. 24.
24. You kick this thing right in and start moving. That's another 5, 30 feet gets you here.
Yeah. And then I see the door open. I see the flesh golem. Well, I guess I can't because there's smoke everywhere.
You can see where it is. It's just it's your vision's impaired. But once you get out of the smoke, you're fine.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna use a dash action to get to the. Oh wait, no, I can't because I used an action to kick the door open.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm there.
Okay, you're there. That brings us to Sly. What would you like to do?
I would like to use my action to attempt to pick the locks on the manacles.
Go for
down. Okay. Yeehaw. I'm going to push myself psionically yet again because I'm not rolling great. Roll it. Oh, and that's an 8. Okay, so that's a total of 19.
19. You undo the locks. Fable's no longer restrained.
And with my bonus action, I would... Oh, sorry. I would like to use my hasted action to do a psionic blade attack on the Birdman.
On the Birdman who's groveling?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Kill him.
Is that it? Is that
It's at
flat?
advantage, right?
Oh, it's at advantage. Okay, great.
Advantage?
Because he'd be prone.
No, it would be at disadvantage because they're prone. Because it's a range attack, right? You're attacking
I will
from
use
here?
my movement to go over there and stab him.
Then yes, now it's advantage. Now it's advantage and sneak attack.
The loophole.
Okay.
The old walk up and stab, as they say.
That's a 23 to hit.
Okay.
And since I have advantage on the roll, that would have sneak attack damage?
Yes, it would.
Okay. So that is 8 plus 15. It's
Oh,
23.
I do have something. You do get a opportunity attack against you. Sorry. By moving that way.
Yeah. Absolutely. I will...
That's 22 to hit.
It hits.
And that's going to be 10 damage to you.
Okay, let me apply that first. 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So that is damage 15 plus 8. Yeah, 23 damage.
23. Got it. You stab into them and they please stop. Stop. What do you want from me?
I don't know what to say, but I think it slips out of Sly. I want you to stop. And she's going to use her bonus action to do a final Psychic Blade on him.
As you go to do that, you start to conjure this blade. The cards shuffle into your hands. And as this happens, one moment.
I'm scared.
What you see is this card appear in your hands.
Oh. A bone collector. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, then I would like to slap the card on him and drive the psychic blade through the card to pin it into his breastbone.
Okay, you take the blade and you lunge forward, make the roll to attack. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a flat roll because they are trying to resist, and technically the grovel did end on them. So it's a flat roll. Still.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Roll damage.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go down to my bonus action damage because it's a little less. It's a total of 5.
They had 4 hit points. As you stab them, the card lights up. And they, no, please, my work, are pulled into the card. Gone.
They're gone?
Into the card.
Is there anything that dropped, like, you know, with the crown or the sword?
A syringe dropped.
I pick it up and I put it into my little bag of holding. And I think Sly is like, and like shaking, and the psionic blade that was driven into his chest just kind of like flickers out of existence.
Give me a perception check.
Oh no, I don't like it. Okay. That is a 23.
As they struggled against you and they resisted and you stabbed into their chest, you learned something, and I'm going to message you what that is.
Okay, George. I'm so scared. She's just panting and looking down at this guy, but the flesh golem is still up and attacking Aaren, correct?
The flesh golem is still attacking Aaren, yes.
Yeah, then I call out to Fable. I don't even know what I say. It's probably just like, Fable, Aaren, and she's can't do anything else. Like, she's shaking, and that's
okay.
Her turn.
That brings us to Aaren. Your turn.
All right. Time to do what I was practicing. And I am going to take 3 attacks on my turn now because I took the dual wielder feat, the new enhanced version that gives me a 3rd attack as a bonus action. So I'm going to take 3 attacks against this guy. So that's going to be 15 to hit for the first attack.
Okay. That hits.
Okay, cool.
Their AC is 9, by the way.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll move more swiftly with that. All right, so that's 11 damage.
Got it.
And the second attack is a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Yep.
All right. 9 damage.
Got it.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then 10 to hit, but just barely.
Yep. Why did we... Where did everything go? What the heck?
For...
What the hell? 1 second.
The Birdman put us in the dark.
Why did it do this? I'm going to have to refresh the thing. Don't worry. So is that the end of your attacks, or did it do any additional damage?
Yeah, so it was for a total of 28 damage total is what I did. And then I will, since I still have the jump spell casted on me, I'm going to just do some Captain Levi, bounce off the wall, and jump into the fog and say, all right, Lucian, it's your turn. Okay. And just go as far away as I can.
So, wait, you're just moving away from it?
Yes, because it uses...
it did use its reaction.
It just uses
You're right.
Attack.
Yep. And you run into this room, backing up here. Okay. That brings us to... Doctor's gone. Brings us to Una.
Do I keep going, or should I stop? I'm holding it down.
Hear
Anybody
just
can
wind
hear me?
blowing as Una's yelling this.
I mean, like, I can move it around, so I'm just gonna move it up
Yeah.
and say that.
Sly or Fable.
Anyone? Any responses?
We're okay. We're okay.
Hearing the wheezing just stops it. What? As they peer down, you see their head like poke down from the ceiling. They'll take a look at and down and see like what is happening.
You look down,
there.
you see this flesh golem like freaking out in the middle of the room. You don't see the doctor. You see Fable's out of her chair.
And where is Aaren?
Aaren, you can't see him from where you are.
Okay, great. Okay, then I would like to go ahead as I peek down. You see Una just kind of like place down one hand. See that paw? We're just gonna do a little guiding bolt
Got it.
on the flesh golem. God, you just hate me, don't you? Okay, then. That's all right.
11 hits and roll damage.
All right. There's like a dice on another dice, and so it's not. Oh, okay.
Okay.
22.
22. Oh my god. You blast this thing back. That brings us to its turn. It staggers back and it runs for the first thing in that path of where the damage came from.
Oh. And also, that is radiant damage, and also the next attack on it is made at advantage.
The next attack is made on advantage. Got it. It'll attack
on it.
Sly. That's going to be an 11 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Oh,
And
now
then they
it's
attack
rolling low.
again. A 9 to hit. They
Now it's
swing
rolling low.
wildly. That brings us to Fable.
Okay, I'm gonna attack it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna run up as it's facing Sly and bring down all my might, just stab him right in the back. And I'm gonna do, because I don't have, oh, I have dual hand. I'm gonna do slashing flourish. If
Go
it
for it.
hits, I guess. Attack. An 18.
18 hits.
Okay. Then it'll be 8 plus my, I think it's just bardic inspiration, which is what, another D8. Yes. That'd be D8. Haha. So 14 slashing damage in total.
You stab into this thing. Fable, the doctor's gone. But what's going through your mind right now?
I think to Fable, the doctor is not gone. This is not done. He is in the card before. And now he's in the card again, which means he could be out again. So I think she's just in like a rage, and she just stabs the dagger like into the back of its spine and just drags it down until it falls to the ground.
You start stabbing it, and it falls to the ground, and you just start cutting, and the stitching starts to break as it staggers, and it falls limp, and you keep stabbing. You guys are out of combat as the thing falls dead.
I think Aaren walks into the room, and even though his jacket is bloody, will take off his jacket and kind of put it around Fable. Like, it's all right. It's all right. We're here.
It's not all right. He's in the card. Sly, you have to let him out. We have to kill him.
She's in the card.
Did Sly just say she? I can't
What?
really hear. Was it she?
We're not letting her out. It's not
Phew.
safe.
You already let her out once. If we're all here and ready, we can get rid of it
How?
by killing it. Ending
How?
the suffering. With my
How?
bare hands. I don't care
It's not
how.
gonna work. It's a ghost, and you can't pretend like you can stab your past. I
Didn't-
say we are not taking it out of the card.
Make a. You can choose insight or intelligence. Sly.
I'll go insight. Got a 22.
Oh my god.
You say this, and as you're saying this, you are like making hand gestures, and you see again your hand has blood on it. Warm, living blood. You've never seen a ghost with a heartbeat. So there is a possibility of what Fable's saying is true.
Fable doesn't know that.
That's fine.
Didn't feel like a ghost when he injected me.
She.
She?
It's a woman. She.
I'm
do
sorry.
you
Is
know
this
that?
something?
I just felt it when the card. I just know. Okay?
Well, regardless, that doesn't change the fact of what needs to happen. They were stealing children. And now they get to just live forever in this card?
It's not living in there.
It will be when it gets out again. Whether that's later this time or with the next Seer.
Maybe. It's not your choice to make, Fable, and I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that we didn't get here earlier. I'm sorry that when I touched the deck, I made everything like this possible again. I'm sorry that you were taken. I'm sorry that I won't do what you want me to do. And I'm sorry that I'm the Seer, okay? I'm very sorry. You shouldn't have to go through it. I'm sorry. And Sly's going to go upstairs to the sleeping children who are up there. Try to wake them up and try to get them home.
Okay,
Hey,
you
when
wake
she
them up.
tries to, you have to pass me to go to the stairs, right?
Yeah, I do. Because the ladder's
When-
broken.
When you do, Fable's just gonna like stick an arm out to stop you and then pull you into a hug. Gently. So if you wanted to get away, you could easily, but
No, Sly would absolutely take a hug. She's probably shaking and hugs you very
sorry.
tightly.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Una, what are you doing while you're upstairs?
Rolls down, jumps down, immediately goes to the hug too.
Group hug ensues.
Are
Okay.
you kidding me? Are you kidding? What would Una do? You kidding me?
Aaren would actually pull Lucian aside.
Into a hug.
No, into the side room. Just the previous room, and just say, "Where the hell were you, man? What's going on?"
I was making sure there wasn't a back or secondary escape. Seems like I was right, but it was handled. But we need to have a conversation, Aaren.
Yeah, I can tell. Una said something was different about you. What's going on? And I open up a mental link.
Do we have time for a
Bonus.
conversation, George?
Yeah, if you guys want.
Okay.
If no one objects.
I am changing. Something happened. I don't know what. I don't know how. I am days from becoming undone. I feel.
Okay. Do you have any leads on how to stop it?
The only lead I had is in there. As he gestures to Sly.
All right.
This is beyond any normal means. He kind of takes this sword out and he kind of like presses it to your chest. I got this for you. It's the +1 sword. I didn't get this for me. When I'm gone, you have to protect her, and I know you will. And she will make countless mistakes. But you need to be there, and you need to let her. It's the only way she'll learn. I don't have time to teach her what I know. I don't have time to help her like I thought I did. I have waited years for this. And it's here. And I don't have time.
How long do you think you have?
I don't know. This is the first time. A couple of days, a week at most. She doesn't know fully yet.
All right.
Another thing. She was invited to a dinner at a noble's house tomorrow evening. She asked me to go. I can't. I'm going to step away for a bit when it's time. She will be upset, probably, but I think it's best if you go in my stead. I don't know if I can protect her like I'm meant to.
Lucian, let me just ask you this. Even if we were able to find some sort of way to stop your decay, would that even be something that you'd want? I mean, I'm being practical about the state of our team, our resources, all the political machinations of all these other factions that are playing around Sly, but I'm asking you, as a friend, are you ready to move on?
I haven't had a friend in 60 years, give or take. My last friend was someone I loved. I want an end. But if she's not prepared, if she's not ready, then I feel I've failed my task. And I don't know what awaits.
Well, regardless, as I hold out my hand, you got a friend for however many days you got. We'll see you through to your end.
He like hesitates, but then he shakes your hand and gives you like a nod.
Hey, Fable, Sly, Fable, we're missing handshake. There's Lucian and Aaren. They're bonding. Like peeking behind the door, you just see the ear and one eye.
Shh. She just pulls you back into the hug. Let them. Lucian will pretend like he's not doing it if you go look.
Sly, right. You take a look out and see Lucian and Aaren shaking hands for that brief moment. And you take in the weight of what you did today. Do you feel good about it?
No. Sly feels worse than ever.
On Sly's skin, she's healed herself many times, but for the first time, some of those wounds didn't heal. And she now has scars, one across her face and one on her neck.
They hurt my baby girl.
And that is where we will end our session tonight.
No.
We will be back next week. I'm sure Fable and Gideon have some stuff to catch up about. I am sure that you guys have stuff you want to investigate in the libraries and stuff like that. And Lucian will now, going forward, have only 2 days left before his possible end. So don't miss our next session. And please tell people about the show. We're really excited to be doing this. I love this. You guys completely blew my expectations away. I have a piece of art that I have to return now. Because, you know, that doesn't, don't worry, we don't need it. Yeah.
George, did the prince miss me?
The prince missed you, yes.
Okay. Sorry, Lucian.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Help.
Help.
Please some help.
Fear is how it starts. Unsure what you'll find. It could tear you apart. You take a leap of chance. You break your mother's oath now. Macabre is the dance. And set free are the ghosts. Will a card save us here? Will it spell out our dooms? Only one thing is clear. We face fears and fortunes. Fears and fortunes. The cards don't ever lie. There's only 14 ghosts, but a million ways to die.